The moment has arrived. Lady Frederick Windsor, better known as actress Sophie Winkleman, has dropped a bombshell about life inside the corridors of the British royal family. In a candid interview published on 12 November 2025, she laid bare her observations of how the inner world of royalty really works, and it's far from glamorous. She told The Times, "The more I get to know the royal family, the more I get that their lives are total hell, and that level of unasked-for fame is a form of torture." Sophie didn't mince words. None of them went on Pop Idol or something to be famous. To have that sort of blinding spotlight in your face from when you're born, not knowing quite whom you can trust, not knowing if someone's going to betray you, people writing lies about you the whole time, is just brutal. Let's dig into exactly what she said, when, who's involved, what it means, and how the public is reacting. Sophie Winkleman married Lord Frederick Windsor, the son of Prince Michael of Kent, in 2009. That makes her connected to the royal network, the Kent branch of the British monarchy, with ties to King Charles III through their shared lineage. Though she isn't a working royal, like Prince William or Princess Catherine of Wales, she has a front-row seat to the high-stakes pressure and public attention they endure. She and Lord Frederick share two daughters, Maud and Isabella. What she said broken down. The headline quote, "Their lives are total hell." She described fame they didn't ask for as a form of torture. She spoke of this blinding spotlight they're in from birth, not knowing quite whom you can trust, not knowing if someone's going to betray you. People writing lies about you the whole time is just brutal. She added that, "I don't think a life with that much scrutiny and pressure is remotely healthy, but they have no choice." On a lighter note, she also acknowledged the good work. The senior royals work really hard with thousands of charities in Britain and around the world, behind the scenes as well as front-facing. The King's Trust is the greatest engineer for social mobility in Britain. She also revealed something deeply personal about her own introduction. "I didn't know anyone at my wedding. It was full of faces I'd never seen before." Sophie's remarks are remarkable because they come from inside the royal orbit. She's not an outsider commentator, she's married into it. Her critique strikes at the heart of the modern monarchy's biggest challenge, balancing ancient tradition and public service against unrelenting media scrutiny and expectations of perfection. Her description of lives lived under constant observation adds fresh fuel to ongoing debates about royal mental health, privacy, and whether the institution can, or should, adapt. What she's suggesting is that behind the tiaras and ceremonial appearances, there is a human cost: lack of normalcy, inability to trust, perpetual threat of betrayal or smears, and the weight of public performance from day zero. This aligns with earlier disclosures by other royals, but has a particular force because she frames it so bluntly. Media outlets have been quick to pick up on her comments, with headlines emphasizing total hell, form of torture, brutal. Royal watchers are asking, if someone from the family circle says this, should the rest of the public view the royal image with more skepticism? Meanwhile, some fans of the monarchy are defending the senior royals, pointing to their charity work and public service record, exactly what Sophie mentions in passing. The tension is service versus spectacle, duty versus distress. Key context you should know. The interview appears in The Times, UK, on 12 November 2025. Sophie is 45 years old at the time of the interview. When she observed nearly all 400 of my wedding guests were members of the royal family, she was underscoring how fully been thrown into the royal machine she was, even if she didn't feel part of it. Her husband's line, Lord Frederick Windsor, is the son of Prince Michael of Kent, so while Sophie may not be a working royal, she's very much in the inner network. She mentions specific senior royals, the King's Trust, connected to King Charles III, and the charity efforts of Princess Anne, who reportedly does nearly 500 engagements per year, to highlight that the prestige side of their lives is real. Her assertions may stir renewed public debate about the monarchy's role in the 21st century. Are the senior royals and the system around them structured in a way that is human sustainable? Does the public's fascination justify the personal toll? Could there be pressure for greater transparency, reduced duties, or adjustments in how members are supported behind the scenes? Sophie's voice adds a new angle, the view of someone inside the dynasty, but not frontline, someone who sees both glamour and gravity. In her straightforward remarks, Sophie pops the rose-tinted bubble. Yes, there are crowns and castles and legacy, but also relentless public gaze, trust issues, stories written about you before you have a chance to respond. She calls the spotlight brutal, fame a form of torture, and a life total hell. Language that stops you in your tracks and makes you rethink the fairy tale image of royalty. At the same time, she doesn't condemn the individuals. She says she loves all of them and affirms that they are very sweet. This nuance matters. She's not attacking the people, she's highlighting the system. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.